How you doing? This is Johnny from the Hangout Spot in Florida, correspondent for the Boxing Voice. I am here with the great promoter from Matchroom, Eddie Hearn. What's going on, Eddie? You're putting together a nice, solid card here on Saturday, man.
Yeah, I describe it as a sneaky good card. Do you know what I mean? When you actually analyse it and you look at the fights, you know, the different styles of fights, the different narratives around the card, it's a really good night of boxing. I mean, you've got a great middleweight fight, Amo Williams against Volney. You've got Edgar Berlanga returning against Puerto Rican Jonathan Gonzalez. Amari Jones making his professional debut. Hackett against Roman, great fight. Jermaine Ortiz against Alamo. Yeah, really excited and great venue. I love this place. Really enjoy coming in.
Oh, yeah, Caribe Royale is doing it up in Orlando, man. But I got to talk to you about Edgar because I just spoke to him outside. And I heard that you guys, obviously, he whispered on stage that you guys had a deal done. It's been said for months. I interviewed him months ago that his next fight would potentially be a headliner in Puerto Rico, and that didn't happen. When I interviewed him outside, he said he felt disrespected. What went down with that Puerto Rico thing? Why did that never happen? Because he was talking about a match with William Skull should have happened. That's what you were trying to put together.
No, we were never trying to put together the William Skull fight. William Skull wanted too much money, so did Edgar, and the fight didn't work. What we were going to do was deviate from the original contract. When he boxed Canelo Alvarez, his team requested a comeback fight for a certain amount of money on the undercard. That was their request. After the Canelo fight, I thought actually maybe we could do something a bit bigger. So we looked at a fight in Puerto Rico. He said he would sell out the whole arena there, etc. We then spoke to DAZN. He wanted to fight, not William Skull, he wanted to fight a Namibian fighter. I think he was number 4 or 5 in the rankings. We ran out of time, to be quite honest. But what we did was we said, look, we're not going to be able to do this right now. So we're going to go back to the contract and we're going to deliver on our promises to you. And we're going to get you out here. He then thought, well, I don't want to go on the undercard. I said, well, that's what's in the contract. You asked for that. So rather than argue, let's just deliver. We don't want to run out of time. So this is the fight to come back to. So, you know, I think that he shouldn't feel disrespected because we're following the contract to a T. What we did was that in 3 fights, he headlined at Madison Square Garden against Jason Quigley. He headlined here against Paddy McCrory. And then he headlined at T-Mobile against Canelo Alvarez. He made over $12 million and completely changed his life forever. We've done an amazing job and we love Edgar. I think he's a great fighter, and if this is the last of our run together, we can shake hands and go, wow, we changed your life forever and good luck to you. Hopefully we can carry on and we can find him a big fight for the summer, but you know, we'll see where life takes us.
Ooh, he said a lot of different things. He said he wanted Skull, you guys promised Skull, but they only offered him $1.5 million.
Offered who?
Skull.
Yeah, Skull wanted $3 million.
Well, he said that, yeah, right. Well, he said $1.5 million is all. I think that all you guys wanted to offer him, and that's why that fight fell apart. And he also feels like since he had no interest in signing an extension with Matchroom, that this is the reason why this fight happened, and you put him on the co-main event.
This fight happened is because it was written into his contract in the Canelo Alvarez fight. Absolutely, I'm not going to put a load more money into a show when it's the last fight of a deal.
Why is he not getting that, though?
Because he doesn't understand the business. That's the reality. He doesn't, you know, without... But I think that it's... I understand his frustration because we were close to doing Puerto Rico, and that's what he wanted. But when we run out of time, it's like, look, I don't want you to wait till June or July. Let's just do what you requested, which is fight on the undercard for a certain amount of money. Let's get it done. It's all very well saying, well, I wanted William Skull. Fight, you know, this whole thing about fighters want to have promotional companies and they want to be partners. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a partnership, right, where we'll pay William Skull what he wants. We'll pay you what you want, but we'll go 50-50 on the show. So if the show loses $2 million, you're okay to put $1 million in? Or you just want your logo on the backdrop? That's the reality. They don't want to roll the dice. They don't want to put the money up. They just want to be partners. The greatest thing for a fighter to be is with a good team of people that financially continuously reward them, which is what we've done for Edgar Berlanga. $12 million in 3 fights. With all due respect to Jason Quigley and Paddy McCrory, they were never ever going to lose those fights. They were showcase bouts for a huge amount of money, and Edgar did great against Canelo Alvarez. Do you know what I mean? So, unfortunately, Edgar is, you know, he has this opinion of his commercial power, And he's a star. He's a great fighter. But sometimes it can become disjointed to the point where, Edgar, we're on your side, mate. Do you know what I mean? But we have to keep the business real, and we know the real truth, and we know the real numbers. So let's just do it this way, but then it becomes disjointed and so forth. But I can always look myself in the mirror because we did everything in the contract, including this fight. This was written into his Canelo Alvarez contract at his request. And we're giving him that. And then hopefully we can move on. And if we don't, like I said, I'll look back and say, wow, what a job we did for Edgar Berlanga. I wish you all the best.
No, you guys changed his life with that Canelo fight. You promised it. You gave it to him. Yeah. But can this relationship be fixed? Do you see yourself potentially working with him? Because he's looking forward to being a free agent, but he's also a money guy.
By the way, free agent can be the worst decision in the world.
Why is that so?
Because if you have opinions of what you should be earning, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to walk into a fight. The best thing you can have is security for regular fights for the right money. And that's what he had with us. Now, he's not going to struggle to get a fight. Like, he can get the Plant fight, he can get the Charlo fight. Obviously, we'd love the Pacheco fight. But he might not get the money that he thought those fights are worth. Because in Edgar's mind, those fights are worth a huge amount of money. And, you know, they're big draw fights. But can it be resolved? From my side, 100%. We could have a coffee now and resolve it. But Edgar's just got to come to... like, I think that he's beating himself up about the situation instead of going, oh, I get it. It didn't work out, the Puerto Rican fight, but they're doing what was promised. Let's just do the fight, move on. So I'd like to. I get on really well with him, like his family. You know, Keith Connolly, I've known for a long time. I never think it's too late to move forward. The reality is, wherever the best deal is, he'll go. We may not make an offer. Do you know what I mean? Or we may make an offer and he may sign with us. He may get a better offer. Just like, you know, it is what it is.
No, it makes sense. And like I said, I hope that you guys can be able to work something out together down the road. One last question. With this whole league that Turki Al-Sheikh is doing with Dana White, Nick Khan, TKO, did you feel kind of disrespected that he didn't kind of go to a boxing guy like yourself who had already have an established relationship with him, knows the business of boxing? Why not come and partner with you instead of Dana White?
Because the league's not really boxing. It's not really traditional boxing as we know it. It's limited weight classes. It's, you know, trying to create one belt, one system. It's a league, all that kind of stuff. For me, you know, this whole like disrespecty thing, we knew, most people close to His Excellency knew about the league and the TKO deal for at least 6 months.
But you guys are really close. Like, he's probably the closest. You're the closest with Turkey than any promoter, I think. You and Frank Warren.
But if I went to Turkey with a concept or a format, he would probably do it. But I don't, the league, you know, this league and the, you know, it's not for everybody. But
is it more MMA-ish?
It's about control. And boxing's not that kind of business, right? TKO, UFC are used to a business with total control. You can never get total control with boxing. Do you know why? Because it's out of control, right? You can't sleep at night because someone's fucking you. You can't sleep at night because a manager's over there. He's signing with him. He's doing that. He's trying to do that. It's completely impossible. And people talk about boxing's broken, you know, this whole narrative. No. Boxing is flying. But it can always be improved and it can be tweaked. And there's not, you know, but you can't expect to go to bed at 10 o'clock at the night and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and everything to be the same. Because you can do that in UFC. You have total control, you've got fighters under contract, you know exactly what's happening, and that's how it is. I wish I had a business like that, by the way. But I haven't. Right. I have to go to bed and sleep 2 hours a night and wake up and realise I've been fucked with no Vaseline. Yeah? So the difference is, that's the game. But it ain't a game for everyone, and I don't think it'll be a game for them.
Phenomenal take and phenomenal interview. I appreciate your time. I'm here with Eddie Hearn again, Johnny from the Hangout Spot, Florida correspondent for the Boxing Voice. And thank you for your time, Eddie. This was great, man. I look forward to a great card Saturday.
Yep. Mate.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.